If you watched my short reel on the last 10 pounds, you understand the pattern from an Ayurvedic perspective. High cortisol, vata imbalance, weak metabolism, and kapha storage. But that's not the root. The real question of why we're storing the weight is, why does our system stay in stress mode to begin with? Because for a lot of high functioning people, this doesn't start in adulthood. It started in the roles we learn to play in order to survive. If you're a peacemaker, you avoid conflict before it even starts. You soften your truth, you adjust, you manage the room, because your body learned that tension isn't safe. So you carry it internally instead, and you manage everybody else's feelings. If you're the caretaker, you take responsibility for everything. You anticipate what people need before they even say it. You keep giving even when your body is already exhausted. And rest doesn't come easy because there's always something to do for somebody else. And if you're the overachiever like me, you're the one who has it together. Reliable, capable, always on. But your system never actually powers down. It stays in this low-grade state of pressure even when nothing is actually wrong or you need to do anything. And in today's world, this looks like discipline. But inside, we never really figured out how to just be with ourselves. And you can actually see this in the body. When vata is high from chronic stress, it shows up as patterns like this: anxiety, racing thoughts, overthinking, trouble sleeping, or in the body as bloating, constipation, dry skin, tension. And for most of us, it usually means skipping meals, talking fast, always moving, and sometimes even making impulsive decisions. That right there is a sign of a system that's been running on stress for far too long. And yes, in Ayurveda, there's a physical side to nourishing yourself by being able to stay in a consistent routine with your food and going to bed on time, or adding more warmth to the body with warm cooked meals, no cold drinks, or even adding more movement with walking, being in nature. But this alone doesn't fix the root. It just adds one more thing to do, because your system isn't stuck from what you're doing. It's stuck in a pattern underneath that. So how do you actually change this in the long run? Here's 4 simple steps that can help you figure out, where does it sit? Step 1, make the pattern conscious. Instead of saying I'm stressed, you start by seeing it clearly. Oh, this is my caretaker kicking in. Or this is my peacemaker wanting to make sure everybody's even keel in the room. Or this is my overachiever. She needs to do one more thing in order to feel more grounded. And when you name it, you're no longer in the cycle of the pattern. You become the observer. Step 2, understand what the actual underlying belief is. For the peacemaker, if I'm not regulating the room, I'm not safe. For the caretaker, if I don't hold everything or help everyone, I'll lose connection. And for the high achiever, if I don't stay ahead, then I'm gonna fail. And step 3 is to interrupt it in real time. In the moment you feel the pull, you override yourself by choosing differently. You update the belief and you start changing the programming. The peacemaker, let others regulate their feeling and sit with the fact that they might not like what you've said. The caretaker, let somebody else's needs that has been sucking you dry go unmet and let them handle it. And the high achiever, show up without optimizing. Don't prepare, just allow yourself to be in the moment. And finally, step 4, build proof that it's safe. Your system doesn't change from insight, it changes from lived evidence. And at first, this was gonna feel extremely uncomfortable, but it begins by interrupting the habit and doing what's actually nourishing you. That's what can bring cortisol down, stabilize vata, and allow your metabolism, AKA your Agni, the internal fire, to come back online. And stop the storage. So this isn't about discipline, it's about coming out of the pattern that taught you to override yourself in the first place. And if you're ready to understand your pattern and you want to learn more on how to actually regulate your system, I go deeper in my free masterclass. And this is where the real shift begins. Link is below.